So the first card here we have is your spiritual issue at hand. It is beautiful where I am. So give me a sec. There's a couple of messages with this. So what this is really about is knowing that wherever you are in your life, and I don't mean geographically, but whatever stage you're at, to recognize the beauty in it. Because every step of our journey, it's a building block, right? It's kind of like Jenga. And you can't have one part without the other. So maybe you're reflecting back on your life and thinking, oh gosh, I wish my parents would have enrolled me in Taekwondo. I wouldn't have been bullied so much. I would have been able to take care of myself. Or, I wish I would have finished my degree, because then I would be able to, whatever, ... right? Fill in the blank. The month of August is for you to really understand that where you are in your life right now is only because of every step that you took in your past, right? So recognize that where you are is beautiful because of the good and the bad. The other message here is, I feel like a lot of people are sort of in limbo. You know, like many people are, I feel like you're without a job and maybe applied to jobs and you're waiting to hear back. Maybe you've sold your house and you're just waiting to close on your new one. Maybe you are in between jobs. Maybe, I'm not sure. No other examples are really coming through, but I feel like you're kind of like, Libra, you guys are the scales, right? So I feel like the scales are kind of even right now, but you're not, you're like that middle, whatever that thing is actually, like the stand that the scales are hung from. You're like right in the middle of it. You're in the middle of the scales. You're in the middle of balance. So you're almost balanced, but maybe you don't feel like it. What this is saying is that where you are is beautiful right now, because if you were on either side of those scales, if you were to jump on to the left or the right scale, it would be unbalanced. But where you're at right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. And that's, in the middle of those two empty scales, because that's what's keeping your life balanced. So look around, not physically your house, but like look around, take a look at your life and try and see how things could possibly be shaping up around for you to prepare for you. So the real, I guess, I hate to say the word issue, but I don't know what other word to use. The real issue for you guys this month is to kind of recognize the beauty of being in limbo. It's the beauty of the stage that you're at. It's the beauty of this transitory phase. It's almost because you're getting a chance to rest before you pick up your pack and start down that next road. So you're kind of like at a rest stop. Okay, and this next card here represents how you can best heal that in your day-to-day life. So know that you are never alone. So maybe maybe because you're in that transitory period, maybe you're moving and you don't have anyone that you can like meet, anyone that you can reach out to. Like maybe you just moved to a new neighborhood, a new country, and you're feeling like a little bit like, oh my gosh, I don't speak the language and I need to go out and buy milk, but I don't know. And you've just been feeling very lonely, right? Well, this is telling you that you are never alone. Your guides are with you. Your higher self is with you always, because it's part of your soul. Angels are with you. You couldn't be alone if you tried. And it's just a reminder that, especially in this day and age, it really just takes like a phone call, an email, a text message, FaceTime, Skype, like to bring that connection if that's what you need right now. You're not alone. Okay, this next card is the gift that is coming to you for the month of August, the outcome, if you will. The earth is our school. So the gift, I feel like, for you guys is an opportunity to have experiences that are going to be teaching you. So as you are in limbo, maybe you're without a job, maybe you're, living in a hotel because you don't have a house yet. Whatever limbo stage you're in, it could be this month, it could be, something that's been going on for a couple months, a year or two. It's providing you the gift of the opportunity to have experiences that you normally wouldn't have. For example, like the example that just popped in my head is like that of a writer, right? And maybe this writer is in between books and is like traveling the world because, he doesn't have an idea for a book yet. And he's just like, I'm just going to go travel the world. And that in between time is giving that person like the opportunity to travel foreign countries, meet people, learn things that you can't learn by, sitting in an office and, doing on a computer program or learning in a book. You can read about things, but we learn so much more by doing and getting out in the world and experiencing and interacting with others. And maybe your guys' month is like, your season is September. So maybe, you guys are going to continue being in limbo throughout the month of August, but the outcome and the gift to you is beautiful experiences. Learning by being, by doing. And that's, so many people would, say that they would be lucky to have that. They want that. And you guys, that's the gift that is coming to you. Okay, Libra. And then this next card is the opportunity or the challenge for August. I am so much better now. I love this. So remember, these are read. So this is how I'm doing this particular reading. It's first person, and it's coming from your soul, your higher self, through this reading back to you. I am just the mirror, and I am just reflecting what your soul knows and just wants you to know. So this is you telling yourself that you are so much better now. So despite being in a limbo situation, maybe you've lost your house, or you're in like short sale proceedings, or your credit cards are going to collections, whatever. Or, okay, so, something that's not so dreary is, like maybe you are just in between jobs, and, it's probably getting kind of scary because you're living on your savings, but this is an opportunity for you to realize how much better off you are now, where you are. Again, not geographically, but like where you are in your life, in your mental and emotional health, versus where you were when you weren't in limbo, when you had that job, when you had when you were stressing about making those mortgage payments, when you were, borrowing money from friends and family to try to pay that credit card payment, right? Well, you are where you're at now is to give you a break and to recover from all of those tough things that you've been going through. And now you're probably a little concerned about it, but where you're at now is beautiful, right? And it's much better than where you previously were in your life's journey. And August is the month for you guys to, I guess come to terms with that, but kind of see life in that aspect. And this last card is the special guidance that is coming to you from your higher self, and that's you have nothing to feel guilty about. So I'm going to keep going with some of those examples. Like maybe you feel horrible that you're going through a short sale or foreclosure or whatever because, your family was counting on that house. Well, you don't have to feel guilty because it's part of the master plan. Maybe you feel guilty because you recognize that maybe that the universe gave you this amazing job and you just upped and left, or you were fired or whatever, and that's why you're in between jobs. You still have nothing to feel guilty about, because it's not that you are ungrateful for what you had. It's not that you should have or could have put in more effort. It's not that you should have fought for your job more. That was supposed to end the way it did. That was supposed to end when it did. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. So the guidance for you is to not feel guilty about any of the choices that you've made up until now. Okay, Libra. You know what else I want to say? This just came in. It could be also that you guys are learning a lot and have been growing, and maybe you're doing like a life review. And part of that life review, you're realizing maybe like, boy, I was a jerk to that girlfriend, or boy, I should have really like been more appreciative of my dad or whatever. You understand. What this is saying is that even for things that you're looking back at in your past, don't feel guilty, because you were doing your best with what you knew, with what you were given, and have compassion for yourself. All right, Libra, let's do a real quick recap. So for the month of August, your work is to recognize that you are in a beautiful stage in life, that being in limbo, or even if you're not in limbo, even if you're like in the middle of turmoil, there is beauty in that, because it is going to propel you into a new direction. Or if you're in limbo, it's to give you a bit of R&R in between stages, if you will. It's like an intermission. And how you can heal that is by to know that you're not alone. If there's people that you need to reach out to for support, they're there. If you need to contact any like groups, like if you're dealing with an addiction of some sort, you can reach out to like AA, there's NA, there's Overeaters Anonymous. If you're dealing, they're advocates for almost anything. Just Google it. You're not alone. And you're not alone in what you're going through. This isn't about like misery loves company, but you can heal what you're going through by knowing that others are going through what you are going through and that they have come out okay on the other side. They have made it through. They have successfully navigated these waters, and you will too. And the gift for you guys is to recognize and to take this time and experience what you're going through is for you to play in the world and experience things. Everything that you're going through, good and bad, is for you to learn. And this one, it's an opportunity for you to realize that you are much better off now where you are in your journey than where you were before, even though it doesn't look it or feel it. You see you've got the rainbow here. That's like all the chakra colors lit up. That, maybe you don't have those fancy clothes that you used to love, but I bet you're much more full, much more content. And the special guidance is to release any guilt for anything that you think that you should have or could have done differently or better, because we are each trying to make our way on this journey as pilgrims, right? And each of us at any given decision point, we make our decisions with what information we know at that time. So have compassion for yourself.